Your home is your castle. Bump in the night? What are you reaching for?
Mark and I have a short course set up, several blocks of gelatin, and a special surprise at the end, along with 3 of the more popular contemporaries for home defense.
We seek to answer the question, what is the best platform for home defense? Welcome to Cartridge Talks. Welcome to Cartridge Talks, best for home defense. Ryan and I have 3 of the most popular firearm platforms that folks use for home defense. We're going to select one and see how it performs.
Now, you're going to select one, I'm going to select one.
One each.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I should have clarified.
Let's jump into this a little bit, Mark. The common contemporaries, a carbine, a shotgun, a pistol. Now, I'm going to start by saying I've made my selection already, and what I believe is the most effective tool. Surprisingly, it's not the carbine. Not that they're ineffective, but I think a shotgun is a better tool.
There's a few folks throwing some rotten tomatoes right now, Ryan.
That could be. Would you like me to elaborate?
Please.
Okay, so here's the deal. It's capable of handling so many different types of ammunition with so many different merits and attributes to them. Whether that's low base trap loads that you can buy very economically, or pheasant loads, duck loads, buckshot, slugs, you name it. If it fits, it ships. That is confidence inspiring, and they are devastatingly powerful. Carbines, they're outstanding. Maybe a little bit of limited scope of use, maybe a little bit of over penetration. I don't know. This is where I gravitated, Mark.
I tell you what, you make some strong points, Ryan. I'm going to leave the carbine on the table as well, not because it's inefficient, but I am going with the pistol, and that has to do more with my living situation than anything else. I have young kids at home. I need to be able to store this out of the way, locked up, but also very ready, and I like its maneuverability. I like that I have a hand free that I can use for anything else if the situation calls for it.
Good plan.
Should we put them to work?
Let's do this.
All right, Ryan and I are on the dynamic range. Ryan's back there. About ready to do a little bit of course work. We've determined that there is a threat. I am going to engage it with the pistol. We'll see if it was the right choice.
Ready.
Shooter ready.
Stand by.
Well, hit the targets.
It's my turn on the home defense course here, and again, I've elected the Mossberg 590 12-gauge shotgun for my tool for home defense. For this, I'm going to be shooting double-aught buckshot. This is Fiocchi low recoil. I think this is going to be an absolute winner.
Are you ready?
Shooter ready.
Stand by.
I think it worked. Okay,
That looks pretty good to me, Ryan.
that's 9mm. You can tell because it's slightly larger. This is the buckshot. That's a 9mm. We kind of favored the gun side there.
So we did. Actually, no, this one's mine, Ryan. This one's mine, because that's where the tape is. I got one. Don't take my A-zone away.
All right.
Don't take that from me. I got this one and I got this one.
Okay.
So I'll take that. You know, like I said, I am not a crack shot with the pistol, but they all went in the target. Same story over here for me. I mean, almost identical.
Yeah.
One in the A-zone and one a little low left, as I tend to push them sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm still favoring the gun side. What I really like about that buckshot, like I said, that is a lot of projectiles on target at one time.
It is. I mean, you fired one shot and you have several impacts. I had to fire 2 shots to get 2 impacts.
Shall we? Mark, did you?
No. I mean, I saw that I wasn't supposed to shoot it, so I didn't. I did shoot it. Everything was happening so fast. I got 2 Charlies right here. Did give them an extra, you know, just for good measure. But Like, I thought that was definitely an interesting thing, having that mover come in.
This is where I think it went a little quick. I saw the leading edge of the mover and I just fired.
I did notice, I mean, you shot that early. It was on the move,
Target
for sure.
of opportunity, right? Engage targets as they appear. So I did. And, you know, I'm happy with it, right? There's 4 Charlies, 4 Deltas, 5 Deltas in there somewhere. So it would have been effective.
I think the threat dropped the gun.
Correct, yeah, onward.
Didn't shoot this one.
Nope, that's on Myrtle.
This one here was interesting for me. The way that I was, not holding the pistol, but the way it was oriented. I had a little bit of trouble finding the dot. I had to reorient it. It cost me some time. Could cost you something else in a real scenario. So that's definitely something that I need to work on and think about, is maintain that consistency through. You know, eventually got on target, 1 Charlie, 1 Alpha, but you know, live and learn, right? We got to live through this one.
Yeah, I punched through and saw center mass and engaged.
And you got him.
Yeah, it was good. That was fun. Still digging the pistol.
You know, Ryan, I know I still have a lot of things to work on. I'm sure the internet will be kind enough to let me know what those things are, but I'm not changing my decision. You know, I'm sticking to my guns, if you will. I like the pistol. I like how portable it is. I like that I can operate it with one hand. You know, we think of things in terms of bump in the night on the interior of our house, but I like how discreet that it can be. If something happens during the day, if I need to investigate a situation, see what's going on, maybe somebody's talking to my kids that I don't know outside, I can have that pistol on me and sort things out as needed.
Understood. I'm sticking with the shotgun. I do appreciate the firepower, the ability to load any 3-inch, 2 3/4, even a mini shell into that gun, whether it's bird, buck, or slug, and it functions. It is challenging in tight quarters because it is longer. I do have to manipulate the slide action itself, and you get used to those kinds of things over time. I still think it is my choice for the tool. Let's go explore some terminal performance.
I'm excited about that.
We've entered the terminal ballistics portion of this study. Today we're going to be working with Birdshot, Buckshot, and Slug, all common applications within a 12 gauge, right? We'll kick it off with the Birdshot. We're going to see what it does on the ballistics gelatin. This is low recoil, number 8 shot. You might use this for shooting clay pigeons, small game, etc. It is no less effective in a home defense scenario. And it's going hot.
Ryan, out of all the things we're going to do today, this right here is probably the one I was the most curious about.
Yeah, I agree, Mark. I don't think that Birdshot, and especially low recoil Birdshot, would be my first choice in a home or self-defense situation. However, there's a couple hundred projectiles embedded in this block, and we're at about 8-ish yards. It has to be effective.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of check pluses when I look at this.
I agree, and if we think about this from a terminal ballistic standpoint, there's I'm going to guess probably 150-ish pellets in there right now. Deepest is about 8.5 inches, 9 inches. Shallowest is probably about 6, 5.5. It's a very, very large swarm of detrimental things going at a target.
And we're talking about, like we mentioned, this is the low end of the shotgun spectrum here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The bare minimum is looking like it's doing a fair amount.
Absolutely. Well, Birdshot aside, let's go up a little bit. Let's go to Buckshot.
I like it. Let's go.
We're gonna move on to double-aught Buckshot for this next test. Now, there's 9 pellets per shell here. They're a little bigger than 32 caliber diameter, and they weigh about 55 grains. You can look at this like 9 32 ACP bullets heading downrange at the same time. Let's shoot the gel and see what it does.
Ryan, I was impressed when we were stood off a little bit. I'm more impressed when I get here. I feel like I'm counting points on a buck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, except I'm counting Buckshot.
Mark, that you are the master of the opener, by the way.
Well, a lot of practice. This is cool, man.
I know I can't shoot a pistol to this level of quality under duress. And so if we look at double-aught Buckshot, like 32 ACP, or triple-aught Buckshot, like 380 ACP, knowing that we're putting 9 or 8 pellets respectively into a 4-inch diameter circle.
Simultaneously.
Yes, at the same time. This is a wickedly effective load. Penetration is pretty darn good. We're at about 21.5 in the clear ballistics gel. I don't know how you argue with this.
It's definitely more penetration than the Birdshot,
Oh, yeah.
by a considerable amount. But also, it'll be interesting to see how it stacks up against slugs and the pistols,
Yeah.
but not too much at the same time.
Correct, yeah, absolutely. All right, let's move it on up. Now to close out the shotgun ballistic study, we're gonna end on a 1 ounce reduced recoil slug. Now, this might not be the ideal solution in a tight and confined space, but man, is it effective.
Ryan, I'm not seeing a super dramatic permanent wound cavity here. I see super solid penetration, and the hole on the front end of this block is impressive. What are your thoughts on how this slugged it out with the 2 types of shot we tested?
Mark, that again was really good. So I've killed a number of white-tailed deer with 12 gauge slugs, right? So undeniably effective from a terminal standpoint. Limited application in this capacity though, and when I think about where our slugs utilized, it's hardcover, vehicle stopping, armored targets, things like that. Maybe not as a penetrative solution, but as 1 ounce, 1,200 feet per second, huge frontal diameter. This is absolutely going to work. Things that we need to be cognizant of though when using slugs is over-penetration. To the end of the permanent wound cavity, or rather just the trail cutting through it, 35 inches, right? Slug rebounded back to about 28.5. Devastating.
I mean, like you said, maybe not your number 1 pick for a home defense scenario, but if it's what you have,
Yeah.
it would certainly get the job done in the right situation.
And this is, again, why I gravitated towards a shotgun, because if it fits, it ships. Mr. Boardman, I believe you're on deck. It's time to shoot pistols into Jello.
Let's see how these pistols stack up to the old shotty, shall we?
We shall.
For the pistol portion of this test, we're going to be shooting 2 offerings from Hornady. One is their critical defense, the other their critical duty. Both of these feature Hornady's flex tip design to prevent clogging, as well as low flash propellants. First up, the critical defense with their FTX bullet. Let's see how it does.
Mark, it goes without saying that 9mm is a very popular option for this application, as well as many other things. It's really neat to see a projectile that's engineered specifically for it. Whereas what we were doing with the shotgun, a little more broad stroke, crude. Like there's actual engineering and science behind this. This is nifty.
It is, man. Like you said, 9mm, incredibly popular, possibly the most popular. This is doing exactly what I want it to do. Great expansion, and I would say for a defensive application, ideal penetration.
Right at 10 inches.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's neat to see.
It is.
Shall we try the critical duty?
We ought to.
Let's go. All right, next up, Hornady's critical duty. This is a 9mm plus P shooting their 135 grain flex tip bullet. Now I should have mentioned the critical defense, that's a 115 grainer. This stuff is engineered for expansion and penetration through all established FBI barriers. Theoretically, we should see some additional penetration here. Let's see how it does.
Mark, you spoke to the specific engineering of this projectile, and it is evident that this is different than the last bullet that you shot. No less effective, I think more.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at what we're seeing here, I'd just say as advertised.
Yeah, yep. So a little bit more mass on this projectile, a little bit different build, if you will, and it did yield more penetration. I think a little bit better wound cavity too, despite the differences in the bullets. This one appears to be more along the lines of what I thought would happen.
Yeah, I mean, perfect expansion, additional penetration, all the things. I mean, if you have those needs in a pistol bullet, it's gonna get the job done.
18 inches on the button.
Cool.
Neat.
Ryan, we've seen some additional penetration with the critical duty over the critical defense, oftentimes a positive attribute, but something we brought up earlier and always a point of discussion in any defensive scenario, over penetration. What do we have up next?
We leveraged our wonderful facilities crew to build us a 2-code or spec wall. So we have 2 sheets of drywall, some insulation, stud 16 on center. They even mudded over the screws. I mean, come on.
No detail left behind.
No. So we're gonna shoot through that wall. There will be something on one side, we will be on the other. We're gonna use that as a medium to evaluate what over-penetration capabilities may be of one or the other.
The wall is so nice, I almost hate to shoot it.
Yeah, we should have hung a picture on it.
Almost. Welcome to the wall test. Ryan, you ever listen to that album, Pink Floyd, The Wall?
Yes.
I don't get it.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
What do we got going on here?
Well, we've got this structural wall here. I'm so impressed with the facilities crew for mudding over the fasteners that are anchoring the sheetrocks to the studs. We have some indicating dots that we are going to use as aiming references. Mark and I are going to be shooting 2 varieties of ammunition apiece. Myself, Slug, and Buck. Mark is going to be shooting critical defense and critical duty. What we'll do is we'll take 2 aiming points just above and just below the dots, and we'll fire into the wall. We're doing this for dramatic effect, so this will be cool. You ready, Mark?
I am ready. Critical defense and critical duty. Let's see what they got.
Got him.
We'll see. Brian, there's lots of holes on your side. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Can't even see through the drywall spatter.
Turns out Buckshot goes through walls as well as slugs do.
Now your slugs, oh, here's one right here. Is that another one right in the middle there?
I do believe so.
Yeah, Lee. So through the wall, through the gel? Are all these through the gel?
I think so.
Yikes.
They look really good on this side. It's very clean. Looks like we captured some of the flex tips. That was your bottom group, so that was the FTXs. The critical duties, better wound cavities, I think a little bit, and through and through. Through the wall, through the gel, through these beautiful Adirondack chairs that unfortunately I don't believe will bear weight safely anymore.
Might be able to buy those at a discount. Interesting, Ryan. They did their job, but
In fact, they did.
a good note that you want to be sure of your target and what is beyond.
In fact.
Words to live by. Cool stuff.
Yep. Well, both of these went through the wall with fairly dramatic effect, but not dramatic enough. I would like to make a hole in the wall.
For what reason?
Pass through ventilation, ductwork, make a window, dramatic effect.
Fun. All right, that's where we're shooting.
Okay.
Well, Ryan, that was a heck of a lot of fun. I tell you what, my personal conclusion as we come to a close of our home defense firearm platform showdown is the best one is it depends. It's going to depend on your home situation. It's going to depend on your level of proficiency. It might even depend on what you just have around your house, which everything we tested will work.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, Mark, we'll dive deeper into this on the Vortex Nation podcast. We'll get into the drywall of it all. We'll talk about ammunition selection, firearm selection, be it pistol, shotgun, carbine, where they might work best, merits and attributes, pros and cons.
All the things.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.